Hi everybody, James Wanless here with the Voyager Report. And I want to report today in this YouTube about a reading I did with a group in Santa Fe, New Mexico a couple weeks ago. And it's a reading, a 5-card reading. We picked 5 cards from the Voyager Tarot, and the reading is called The Renewal of America. This is a reading I call the Magic Ring. What it does is it one card for the mental, the emotional, the physical, the spiritual, and the archetypal aspect of ourselves, and what we need to do as a society and as individuals to renew ourselves and renew America. We love that adage of be the change. So yes, this is a reading for America in general, and at the same time, it's a reading for ourselves. How to renew ourselves on all the different levels of mind, heart, body, and spirit, and archetype. And a lot of people say, well, how does that work? How can the cards for America be the cards for me? Well, we believe, and this is the truth, that as within, so outside, as above, so below, the microcosm, the macrocosm, we're all mirrors of each other. And so in a way, we're all in the same boat here. We are all united and connected. So what's true for you, in a way, is going to be true for me and for the collective. And so that's the premise on which we're working here. And so what I did is I had 5-card reading. I had one person in the group pick a card for that group in Santa Fe, for themselves individually, and for America, for the first card, which was the archetype. In other words, in the tarot, there are 22 of these personality types, universal personality types that we call archetypes, and they're the heart and soul of the tarot. So I had one person pick one card from these 22 archetypes for, in a sense, who to be, what quality to bring out in us to renew ourselves. When I say the renewal of America and the renewal of ourselves, we're really talking about refreshing ourselves, resetting ourselves, reinventing ourselves, recreating ourselves, rejuvenating ourselves, ourselves, renewing ourselves, and now is the time to revitalize and re-energize ourselves, our work, our society, our relationships. So this is a reading universally true for you right now and for America to renew all aspects of your life. And what I found is that it works. And one of the reasons that we can have a reading for one person and have it apply to the collective at the same time is that all 78 cards of the tarot are universal to human experience. The only time where it might not apply is if we're going to predict what might happen to you as opposed to what might happen to somebody else or me or the group. We don't know. Who can predict anyway? I call it prediction fiction. But when we use the tarot as a kind of mirror, a psychological mirror, if you will, of what's going on, who are we, all 78 cards apply to all of us all of the time. They cannot be wrong. So if somebody is saying, oh, this card doesn't apply to me, I don't know about that, it means either they're in denial or they're not very self-aware. So the tarot will always, always work. And this is how it does work. So the first card we picked was who to be, how to revitalize ourselves and society by one of these 22 major arcana in the tarot archetypes. Now, to me, archetypes are totally the most important inner resource we have. And we talk a lot about outside resources, money, etc. The truth is, success is an inside job. From the inside out, we succeed. And when we access or tap these 22 archetypal resources within us, we have power, the personal power to make it through these stressful times, to make it through all of times, and to be all of who we can. I mean, that is the richest part of ourselves, are these 22 personality archetypes. So even today, take a look at today. when I go through some of these archetypes, I say, wow, why don't I activate that part of me? So for example, in today's world, be the fool. The number 1 or 0 archetype in the tarot is the fool. Means take a chance. And if you're not making mistakes, you're not trying and you're not living. And that's the way we are in today's world. And why wait for anything? Activate that inner magician who is all about mercurial swift. And do it quickly. And when you do it quickly, you move with intuition, you move with inspiration. That is magic. And be the priestess. We talk about Obama, the priestess, and to look for the truth, see the truth, and tell the truth. The Hierophant, the number 5 card, is all about lessons. We got lots of lessons. Treat lessons as a wisdom opportunity to grow. The Lover's archetype today is all about collaboration. It's all about partnering. It's all about trading. It's all about bartering. It's all about cooperating, communicating, creating community. The Chariot archetype, move on. Let's not get stuck with the past. Let's move on. And I just went through some of those archetypes in the tarot. The Chariot's number 7. What about the number 8 archetype? Well, this is the one that was selected in Santa Fe for all of us for renewing our lives, and it is the Balance archetype in the Voyager Tarot. In traditional tarot, this might be called the Justice card. The sword of justice is here. It might be, in some decks, called the adjustment card. I decided in Voyager to call it balance. So what's that telling us? I think this couldn't be a better archetype than this. It's telling us, number 1, to balance our checkbook. I mean, here we are in this incredible debt-financed world that we are in right now, and we're out of whack. We are out of balance. And because we've been so far out of balance financially, we've gotten into so much trouble. So part of the sword here of justice and balance is to cut out the fat, cut out the stuff that we do not need. And of course we need to buy something, and we need to, keep the economy going, but invest in your own personal infrastructure. By that I mean, just don't go out and buy something, oh, that's nice, or whatever. Buy something that has real value for you down the road, maybe professional value. I just went out and got my first iPhone because I need it in my business. That is my personal infrastructure. That's a good buy and investment in me. Also about balance, particularly in these stressful times. Hey, if you're not playing a little bit, if you're not laughing a little bit, you're going to be in deep trouble. We need to balance out this stressful life we live with a little levity. Otherwise, we go straight to the grave. We need that for sure. About balance. And balance, we get in our minds so much. Hey, get into your bodies, go for a walk, get outside, and let's balance out our material aspirations with the spiritual. I mean, we are so concerned with more stuff. Balance is a lot about, how about going inwards and being a lot more concerned with inner values, enduring values, values of friendship, values of connection, values of personal and spiritual growth. These are, in a day and age when we can't have all the stuff, and probably shouldn't, we're out of balance, then go inwards and find value there. And the third thing I want to say about balance, this is the great decision maker. This is the best archetype for being very judicious in making decisions. Very interesting that the balance archetype is a cousin of the priestess. So to make a good decision, instead of making it just out of the spur of the moment, which I did the other day going on the to buy a domain, and I bought a domain name that is so much money. I freaked out. I didn't take my time. I wasn't balanced. I made an emotional decision which says, balance, hey, come on, sit back, look at all the options, and come to a reasonable, balanced decision, which Obama, the priestess, is doing with health reform. He's saying, hey, look, I know you have a point of view because it's divisive. You have a point of view. Let's see if we can bring them all together and find the centerpiece that will make this work. So for our day and age of this time, balance is the most necessary archetype and quality that we can cultivate inside of ourselves. And so the next YouTube, I'm going to talk about the 4 other cards that came up in this Renewal of America reading. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.